Call to order. Mint Hill Board of Adjustments meeting for March 25th, 2024. Madam Secretary, would you call roll, please?
Yes, sir. Bill Mathers,
Here.
Todd Fisher,
Here.
Bobby Reynolds,
Here.
Chairman Ronald Frenchler,
Here.
Frank Norwood,
Here.
Bill Barrett.
Here.
And Debbie Powell.
Here.
Commissioner Henderson.
Thank you. Take a motion to approve the minutes of the January 25th, 2024 called meeting.
So moved.
Second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Any reports from committees, members, and staff?
No, sir.
Thank you. No old business, new business. We are here tonight for a variance request V 24-1 filed by Jonathan Lowe, property located at 4810 Gulfview Court, tax parcel number 135-371-35. A request variance to allow for a detached garage in the front yard. Anybody who has any, or is going to give any testimony tonight needs to come forward and be sworn in. Raise your right hand, place your left hand on the Bible. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth to the best of your knowledge and belief, and so help you God? Thank you. All right, so Mr. Lowe, the podium is yours.
Thanks for your time. I'm the property owner at 4810 Gulfview Court. This is my brother. He's a real estate agent. He's going to help a lot with what we're trying to do.
All right, so it had been brought to our attention that there was a variance that will not allow for the garage to be built in the location that we're attempting to build the garage. There's a septic system along with underground utilities in the backyard. On the side yard here, the house is kind of turned sideways, and because of the variance, it has created this hardship for us where we cannot build the garage. The septic system was installed years ago with no issues from Mint Hill or Mecklenburg County. Now, again, it's been brought to our attention that the location that we'd like to build the garage on the side of the driveway, that we need approval to do so.
So we want to go through some of the photos or?
Yeah, so this is the location here where we're trying to build it. As you see, it's kind of to the side of the driveway there. Nikki, how do I?
Go to the right or the
Okay.
mouse maybe.
So, and this is another picture here. As you see that green area, all of the grass to the backyard there, that is where the septic is currently located, along with some underground utilities from Union Power Cooperative. This is also, you can kind of see right there where Union Power had put in some underground power lines where the dirt area is, because the septic system is literally located directly behind that. Again, that's just another picture back there. That area is all, where the septic tank and leach fields are located. This is a picture showing the general location of where the garage is, along with the neighbor's house, showing their detached garage kind of a little bit adjacent to where we would like to build ours, kind of almost, parallel. And then that's it. I did not have the septic drawings on there, Nikki.
They have them in there.
Okay, so yeah, I did provide the septic drawings there. I also do have, engineered plans. This is gonna be of course, a permitted garage, but it's already engineered plans that have already been stamped by the engineer as well. It was just brought to our attention, at the end that we were having this issue. We were wanting to build a little bit bigger garage, but because it is an auxiliary structure, the maximum square footage allowed, I believe, was 900 square foot, which Nikki brought to my attention about 6 months ago.
Anyone have any questions for him?
Is this the only place you can put it?
So, yes, with the way the lot is shaped and the way it looks, the house is kind of turned sideways. Apparently this home was one of the model homes when Farmwood was being built. And because it's turned sideways and the way the backyard is really the side yard where the septic system is, we already worked with Union Power in order to do a line clearance to provide access for them to maintain their line. And in doing so, he's already lost a few of the trees because of that. The other location on the other side would create a lot bigger issue for the neighbor to the left, and we would have to remove the other large tree that is basically providing shade to the property. The area where we'd like to build it is the one that's going to do the least amount of damage to the community and the yard itself.
Front entry garage.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've got one question.
Yes, sir.
When you look at the plot plan, where you've got the garage, it's past the dotted line going towards the property next door. Any reason why you can't move it over and put it inside that line?
You're referring to the behind, that is where the septic system is. If you try.
No.
He's talking about 20-foot
He's talking
setback.
where the 20-foot setback is on the side yard?
Yeah.
Can you move the garage
Closer to the house.
structure closer to the house
Closer
and
to the
stay
house.
within that 20-foot?
Okay, so because it's an auxiliary structure, you're stating that we need to be within the 20-foot setback? I believe it was, I think it was 12 foot possibly,
You got 11.8 on the drawing.
Yeah.
11.8. I believe it was 10, I believe there was 10-foot allowance for the auxiliary structure when I checked originally. I'm not sure.
So in the code, for 900 square foot, which you guys are allowed for being under 2 acres, if it is in the rear yard, it's 8 feet setback. If it is in the side yard, which you guys can't do, because of the lines, that would have, if it's in the side yard, that's a 20-foot setback. But because we don't allow a front yard auxiliary structure or ADU, there is no required setback for the front yard. So it's completely up to you guys.
So you're asking if we could move the structure to within 20 foot to comply with the setback of the existing house?
Right.
Yeah.
There's no setback.
Immediate driveway.
Front yard setback.
No front yard setback.
There's no such thing.
Because we don't allow it.
Okay, but from the picture, it looks like it's still in the side, it's on the side yard if you look at
It
the
does
picture.
look like it is
Yeah, I
the
mean,
side of the house in the plot plan, but that is considered the front yard. They would have to break the rear pane of the roof line to be considered rear yard, and then the side yard would be basically parallel to the house. And so
Okay.
because it sets in front of the home a little bit, that is considered front yard.
okay.
Okay.
Then my second question is,
saying that's considered
are the neighbors next door okay with what you're gonna do? Do they know what you're doing? Because you've got the big variant sign out in front,
Yeah.
and they're
No
okay
one's-
with it?
Yeah, so no one's said anything to him. I mean, he's friendly with all the neighbors. No one has brought it to his attention that there's gonna be an issue. If you do look there at the picture there, that pink ribbon, that is the front left corner of the garage as we submitted with the plot plan. So there is a potential that we could possibly come a few foot without impeding the driveway, but then that would be even more in front of the house versus more like to the side of the house. I don't know that would be as appealing for the community than it would be to where the location that we did go 2 foot off the auxiliary structure setback. I believe it was 10 foot was the auxiliary structure setback.
Okay. Which way is the entrance to that garage gonna be? Is it gonna be on the 24-foot side or the 25-foot?
On the, I believe it's on the 24-foot side there.
So-
As you can see, the picture up there, that pink ribbon again is the left. So the entrance would be facing the right side of the driveway. So when you come in the driveway, you would pull straight into the
Pull
garage.
straight into the garage?
Yes, we have one of the largest driveways in the community, I guess, because it was originally the model home when they were building the community. It has a huge U-shaped driveway.
Any other
You
questions?
decide not to just move it to the left and get it within that setback? Yes.
Do what?
Why did you decide not move it just to the left and get it within that 20-foot setback?
Because there wasn't a setback for where we were building. It was under our impression that the setback was, I believe it was 10 foot. So we moved it 2 foot out of the setback to make sure we had complete clearance. Again, we could possibly move it a few feet to the left, but then that would be even more in front of the house, and again, would probably be less appealing for the community. I mean, my brother, he takes great pride in the yard and the landscaping there, and really does a really good job with maintaining it, and we're just trying to keep that same presence. The majority of the neighborhood walks down Gulfview and turns around and comes back, so the majority of the neighborhood would have already had an idea about the variance sign being there. Would like to do what would be most appealing for the community and my brother.
Any other questions?
I have questions for the town, but not for them.
Question for the town?
Okay. I can't read maps, so does the town agree that the utility easements and septic system in the backyard prevents building the garage back there?
Absolutely, the septic, line, and then the utility that was, I think, newly added, but the septic field would have been.
Okay. And do you agree that there's no other approved area on the property to place the garage? Okay, that's all I need.
To the best of my knowledge, from what I've seen.
Any other questions? Thank you. We will now go into our fact-finding on this. You can have your seat.
All right, thank you.
Unnecessary hardships would result from the strict application of the ordinance. Ms. Powell?
Unnecessary hardships would result from the strict application of the ordinance because the septic system and utility easement prohibits building in the allowed area permitted by the ordinance.
I lost my list. Next.
I'm good.
I agree with
Barry.
Ms. Powell.
I agree with Ms. Powell.
I'm going to also agree.
I'll agree with Ms. Powell.
Since I live in the neighborhood, yeah, I agree.
The hardship results from conditions that are peculiar to the property, such as location, size, or topography. Ms. Powell?
The hardships results from conditions that are peculiar. The hardships results from the peculiar positioning of the residence as well as the location of the utility easement and septic systems.
Bill?
So agreed.
Agree, Mr. Powell.
I agree with Ms. Powell. Bobby?
I agree too.
Todd?
I agree with Ms. Powell.
I agree. The hardship did not result from actions taken by the applicant or the property owner. Ms. Powell?
The hardship did not result from actions taken by the applicant or the property owner. The hardship of the positioning of the residence and utility easement was not done by the current homeowner.
Bill?
Agree.
Frank?
Agree.
I agree. Bobby?
I also agree.
Todd?
I agree.
Bill?
And I agree since basically he bought the home several years after it was built.
Okay. The request for the variance is consistent with the spirit, purpose, and intent of the ordinance such that public safety is secured and substantial justice is achieved. Ms. Powell?
The variance is consistent. A variance would not impact public safety and would be consistent with the intent of the ordinance in that adjacent properties would not be affected.
Bill?
Agree 100%.
Frank?
I agree as well.
I agree.
I also agree.
Todd?
I agree with Ms. Powell.
Bill? I agree. We'll entertain a motion at this time.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion, did I interrupt somebody?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay. I make a motion to approve variance request V24-1 filed by Jonathan Lowe for property located at 4810 Gulfview Court, being tax parcel number 135-371-35, requesting a variance from section 6.9 miscellaneous general provisions and use regulations to allow a detached accessory structure garage in the front yard. My motion to approve is for the following reasons. Unnecessary hardships would result from the strict application of the ordinance in that the location of the septic system and utility easement leaves insufficient space on the lot to construct a garage. The hardship results from conditions that are peculiar to the property in that the residence was built at an angle that creates unique positioning of the residence, thereby creating the hardship. These hardships were not created by the property owner, and a variance would keep with the spirit, purpose, and intent of the ordinance such that public safety is secured and substantial justice is achieved with no negative impact to the surrounding neighbors.
I'll second that.
Roll call vote, please.
Bill Barrett,
Yes, approved.
Craig Norwood,
Agree?
Chairman Rensselaer,
Agreed.
Bobby Reynolds,
I agree.
Bob Fisher,
Agreed.
Bill Mathers,
I agree.
All right, in the case of the variance of the V 24-1 filed by Jonathan Lowe, property owner at 4810 Gulfview Court, tax parcel 135-371-35, the variance is approved.
Good luck, Jonathan. Yeah.
Do I have a motion for dismissal?
I'll move, we adjourn.
Second. Adjourned.
I want to stay.